6.
Just in tonight, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway says she has told President Trump not to deploy the military against protesters. According to a news release, the mayor's office contacted the White House earlier this week, saying the president's threat to deploy the military to quell protests was unwelcome and unacceptable. In a statement, the mayor wrote, in part, the effort to make meaningful structural change to protect Black lives can and must be advanced in legal and righteous peaceful protest. Deploying the U.S. military to the streets of Madison or other cities would send the wrong signal and undermine needed efforts to address issues of police reform. Protests demanding justice for George Floyd continue in Madison tonight for their 8th straight day. Tonight, protesters are asking local health care facilities to create change when it comes to systemic issues for minorities in the healthcare system. Adam Duxter followed their march to 2 area hospitals and is live at the Capitol with their message. Adam?
Yeah, man, hundreds marched and about a half dozen shared their personal stories of being a minority in the local healthcare system. Well, nurses, doctors, even the president of one of the local healthcare facilities watched and listened. Now, those stories center around topics like treatment and transparency, as well as systems in place for childbirth and child development. Now, those involved made stops at both Meritor and SSM.
This is about an additional pandemic in which we are layered within, and we have been layered within for the last 400 years. That's what this is really about. But today we're going to highlight the systemic issues. We will march and talk about the local level issues because they're the same.
In attendance at SSM, President Kyle Nondorf, who just got his position 6 months ago, and speakers shared their stories of their negative treatment experiences at SSM, and Nondorf says he's listening.
Obviously, it was a tough message that we heard today, but a message that we need to hear more of. We're committed to sit down and have more discussion on what we could do to end these racial disparities with maternal-fetal health.
Which brings us to now, the 8th consecutive day of protesting racial injustice and police brutality here at the Madison State Capitol. And as we are now, this crowd is continuing to grow at the steps of the Capitol, but behind us on State Street, many are out and about enjoying their Saturday night. We'll continue to update on this planned protest tonight along through the 6 o'clock hour, as well as through tonight at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you so much, Adam. Dozens are demanding justice for George Floyd in Platteville today, marching in the city's first protest over the past 2 weeks. The group met at City Park, and those marching were asked to bring themselves, a cell phone, and, quote, an attitude to change the world. March organizer Tiana Irons says right now everyone needs to have their voice heard.
It's literally all about them. Everything that is here is for them to use. Just them being here with their energy, it already brings my energy up. So I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to, show that my voice is strong and loud, and we are ready to go.
Organizers are planning another Black Lives Matter protest in Platteville in the coming weeks. In Oregon, families are showing support to their neighbors of color and demanding change. Tahilil Mohideen joins us now with that story.
Members of the Oregon community are really letting their youth take the lead with Stand Up and Lean In. The community event was organized by the Oregon Allies to provide a family-friendly environment to address some of the issues around race that we're seeing throughout the country.
When I was a little kid, I thought that all adults were perfect. I mean, I would look up to them, they were always right, and I would just look to them for guidance whenever I was sad or anything like that. But when I was that age, I never thought that something like this would ever happen in this world. But it's happening, and we need to address it.
Young people in Oregon are showing support for anti-racism and making their voices heard.
If you believe something is right, you're not too young to speak out on it and try to influence others.
Stand Up and Lean In is meant to give parents an opportunity to talk to their kids about race.
Because if they don't teach their kids not to be racist, it'll just be the same thing all over, and it'll just keep going. It won't ever stop.
Organizers say this is especially important for white parents in Oregon who just don't know what to do right now.
We as parents in the community have seen a lot of microaggressions from other children to other children. This organization started because of some mistreatment to some preschoolers.
But as more young people volunteer to step up to the mic and speak up against racism, these children seem to be headed in the right direction.
It's going to stop with my generation, and we're going to make sure of that.
In Oregon, Tahlil Muhiddin, News 3 Now. Oregon Allies has also provided people with a list of movies and books that are meant to help parents continue these conversations about racism with their children at home and beyond.
All right, thank you so much, Tahlil. A second memorial for George Floyd took place in North Carolina today. This comes as people around the world took to the streets in his name, calling for change. Natalie Brandt has details from Washington, D.C.
George Floyd's family and friends remembered his life Saturday in the North Carolina town where he was born.
I've seen what's going on in this country, and though my family has been saddened by the news, this is just an allergic reaction to an ongoing issue in the United States. Just like the coronavirus, police brutality has yet to find a cure.
Floyd's death under the knee of a police officer has sparked more than a week of demonstrations over police brutality and racial inequality. This is what it looked like today in New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, and even overseas in London.
Black power! All day, every day, from now on!
Peaceful protesters have filled the newly renamed Black Lives Matter Plaza. This expected to be the biggest day of demonstrations yet in our nation's capital.
We matter. My children matter. Their future matters.
Anita Mingo and her husband Wahan Dansby brought their children to see democracy in action.
What does change look like to you?
When we read about this in a history book, when we've forgotten about it and have to be reminded of what had to happen in 2020 for change to happen.
As many as 300,000 people filled the streets of Washington, D.C., from the U.S. Capitol to national monuments to the White House.
People can protest peacefully. This is the United States of America.
National Guard soldiers carried shields in case demonstrations turned violent.
I think you can see that people are coming down to Black Lives Matter Plaza for a peaceful protest and to address their grievances with the government.
As protesters call for police reform, 2 Buffalo, New York police officers were charged with a felony count of assault after video showed them shoving a 75-year-old demonstrator to the ground. Some have accused the district attorney of choosing protesters over police.
I'm on this country's side. That's whose side I'm on. I'm on justice's side.
Supporters of the officers cheered as they exited the court. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
House and Senate Democrats say they will unveil police reform laws on Monday. George Floyd will have a public visitation in Houston that same day. And for the latest developments on protests here in Madison and across the country, be sure to stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com. Let's get a look at your first warn weather now with Dana Fulton. Dana, another beautiful day.
It did turn out to be fantastic again today. A lot of sunshine, really comfortable temperatures, and hopefully you're able to enjoy the weather this weekend because as we look ahead to next week, a lot of rain will be tracking through. Right now, as we look downtown, temperatures are creeping through the 70s. We're at about 75 with a bit of a breeze coming from the east-northeast. So it's been a little cooler outside, but still very, very comfortable. Compared to this time yesterday, we've dropped about 8 degrees. But as we look ahead to tomorrow, we're going to be at a very similar spot. Again, enjoy the weekend if you can. As far as the beaches are concerned, there are a few beaches that are open in Mendota, but most are closed right now for our lakes. Temperatures are in the mid-70s for that lake water. Tomorrow will be in the mid to upper 70s with a slight chance for a shower early in the day, but otherwise sunny and pretty pleasant outside. We'll take a closer look at those rain chances for the week, though, Amanda, in just a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Dana. Turning to the coronavirus pandemic now, Wisconsin is reporting its lowest percentage of positive tests in over a week today, 2.7%. That's down from 2.9% yesterday. Health officials are reporting 322 new cases of COVID-19 today, a number that has also declined throughout the week. 12 more people have died due to complications from the virus. The state's death toll now sits at 645 people. DHS says nearly 67% of the 20,500 confirmed cases in Wisconsin have recovered. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, we'll take another look at the ongoing protests downtown. Plus, we remember one of the most pivotal military battles in history on its 76th anniversary. Stay with us.
Hey, Shackleford.
Shackleford?
They replaced our old furnace with the new Carrier. You know, turn to the experts.
Shackleford fixed our AC with no surprises.
Are you guys talking about Shackleford? I trust those guys.
Did someone say Shackleford?
Shackleford. Schedule spring maintenance now.
It's time to freshen up around your yard. This year, don't struggle with bulky bags of mulch. Call JR.
JR's mulch sales, spread it around.
More than 20,000 women receive a new diagnosis of ovarian cancer every year. Johnson & Johnson baby powder and shower to shower have been linked to ovarian cancer.
Johnson & Johnson has been aware of these risks for decades, but failed to warn women and the public.
In July, $4.69 billion was awarded to 22 women after they developed ovarian cancer after the use of talcum powder. Other victims have been awarded substantial compensation in previous verdicts.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer and use talcum powder regularly, call Morelli Law Firm for a free consultation.
Morelli Law Firm has given a voice to people seriously injured for decades and has successfully litigated thousands of cases for its clients.
All talc cases are handled in-house by an experienced legal team that has the resources and resolve in drug and pharmaceutical litigation to ensure that you receive maximum compensation for your injuries. Call Morelli Law Firm for a free consultation.
Good morning, class. Today's lesson is about shop and welcome. Do you know what day is coming up?
608 Day. You just go to MadisonMagazine.com, click on 608 Day to find great deals from businesses we love in the 608. You know, like the area code.
Very good, Emmy. When does this take place?
The week of June 8th, 608. Madison Magazine makes it easy to shop local.
She's my star student.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Today, we remember an important day in American and world history. Today is the 76th anniversary of D-Day. On this day in 1944, Allied troops invaded Normandy, France, to fight Nazi Germany in World War II. It was the largest land and water invasion in history and a major turning point in the war. More than 160,000 troops, 13,000 aircraft, and 5,000 ships took part in the operation. It's estimated 10,000 Allied soldiers were either killed, wounded, or went missing in action. More than 6,600 of them were Americans. Protests demanding justice for George Floyd are continuing in Madison tonight for the 8th straight day. Our Adam Dexter is downtown with the latest now. Adam.
Yeah, man, it was around this time last Saturday, shortly after 6, that things really started to escalate here on the Capitol Square and on State Street. But as things stand right now, it's very peaceful and very small, and we'll even give you a look down State Street here, and folks are out and about in some of these restaurants, despite being boarded up, still have folks coming out enjoying outdoor dining and coming in and out. So again, a very relaxed atmosphere, lots of folks walking around, and again, I'll show you one last time a very small group of folks around the steps of the Capitol here on the State Street side. So we'll continue to monitor this situation. We'll have one more update here in the 6 o'clock hour, and then we'll have a crew out here tonight at 10 o'clock.
All right, Adam, definitely a very different scene than we saw last Saturday. Thank you so much. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, Wisconsin trails and state parks are free this weekend. What activities you can take advantage of. Plus, the chance for showers tomorrow before another day of sunshine. Dan has your first warn forecast next.
While there's no instruction manual for what we're all going through now, there is Christian and Natalie and all our other associates at Pick and Save, working with one of the country's biggest supply chains for the Kroger family of brands, keeping our promise that our shelves will be continually stocked and that you'll always have access to the things you need. Because together, we've got you covered. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-Minute Challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well, makeup artists, celebrities in Hollywood, and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
So I've had under eye
dry bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking, it works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, I look 20 years younger than I did before. And that's so super important because my whole life is about health, fitness, feeling good, and looking good. And first chance I really got to look how I feel inside. Honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there. Like, the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, take action with the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
If you're looking to get outside, this weekend is your chance. It's the Wisconsin DNR's Free Fun Weekend. No state park admission stickers or trail passes are required today or tomorrow. It's free fishing weekend as well. People can fish without licenses or state trout stamps. Non-resident ATV operators also do not need a non-resident trail pass to ride state ATV trails this weekend. Let's turn it over to Dana Fulton now with your first warn forecast. A pretty perfect weekend to get out there, Dana.
Yeah, get out to do some fishing, maybe hop on the ATV for a little bit, or just get out for a bike ride because it is really nice outside. It's going to stay nice outside for Sunday also. Temperatures will be back in the upper 70s. Monday it is going to be a little warmer. We'll be breezy outside with temperatures in the upper 80s. We'll factor in that humidity also for Sunday afternoon or Monday afternoon. And then as we look ahead to next week, heavy rain will be possible for Tuesday and Wednesday, as well as the concern for some isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. This is all thanks to Tropical Storm Cristobal right now in the Gulf, gaining a little bit of steam right now in that warm Gulf water. These storms don't do so well over land. It's only when they're over water that they grow and grow, and they have that warm water to help fuel the system. So looking ahead through this weekend, it continues north, likely getting close to landfall in Louisiana late Sunday or early Monday. And by the time we're into Tuesday and Wednesday, the system crosses right over Wisconsin. Now, there's still plenty of time for a little bit of a shift, either just a little bit west or a little bit east. But it seems very, very likely that most of the state is going to get a lot of rain for the middle of the week with this current track plan. So rainfall potentials anywhere from 1 to 3 inches likely from Tuesday and throughout the day on Wednesday as that system passes over. Again, a small shift in the track could mean that this heavy band, this heavy line shifts a little further east or a little further west. But as you can see, even a small shift still brings a lot of rain to the entire area over a very short period of time from Tuesday throughout the day on Wednesday. So we do have alert days in the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday. As the remnants of this tropical storm come over on Tuesday, we could see some heavy rainfall and that severe thunderstorm threat as well. Wednesday, the rain will come to an end late in the day, but we could be dealing with some isolated flooding. It's 1 to 3 inches of rain in that short period of time was going to lead to some lower level flooding on those areas that are a little more prone to seeing flooding coming through. So enjoy tomorrow in the sunshine and enjoy the sunshine on Monday, even though it's going to be a little warmer outside. Heading into Sunday, we'll have some clouds early in the day, but then in the afternoon, mostly sunny skies. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s, so pleasantly mild day. Again, the possibility for an isolated shower early in the morning, but it's really not much of a concern for most of the area, really just north of Madison that will have that chance. Mostly sunny skies on Monday, and then alert days in the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday with the rain that will be building in.
All right, well, it's good that after that we have some days that it looks like will be dry because we're going to need to dry out after that.
Yes, get a little bit of a break for things to clear up.
All right, thank you so much, Dana. With the coronavirus pandemic still spiking, summer trips to the beach may be few and far between, but many of us will still likely spend time in the sun. Consumer Reports just finished testing a bunch of sunscreens, and the results show you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a lot of UV protection.
With weeks of sheltering in place and summer approaching, getting outside in the nice warm weather is something many of us are looking forward to. But it's important to take the proper precautions. And we're not just talking face masks.
You don't need to be on a beach to get burnt. No matter where you are outside, you need to apply sunscreen to any exposed skin, even if it's cloudy out or not super hot.
You may even need to wear sunscreen indoors if you spend a lot of time sitting near a sunny window.
Glass blocks the UV rays that can cause sunburn, but it can let through some of the UV rays that are primarily responsible for wrinkles and skin cancer.
As part of Consumer Reports testing, sunscreen is applied to subjects' backs. Then they soak in a tub for 40 or 80 minutes, depending on the product's water resistance claim. The area is then exposed to simulated sunlight. The next day, trained experts examine the area for redness. Two top performers are also CR's best buys: Trader Joe's Spray SPF 50+, and Coppertone Ultra Guard Lotion SPF 70. It's important to note, all of CR's top-rated sunscreens contain an ingredient called oxybenzone, which is a very effective UV filter.
The concern with oxybenzone is that there's some evidence that it's absorbed through the skin more than previously thought. That doesn't necessarily mean it's unsafe, but the American Academy of Pediatrics suggests parents may want to use oxybenzone-free sunscreen on their kids.
Hawaiian Tropic Sheer Touch Ultra Radiance Lotion SPF 50 and Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration Weightless Lotion SPF 30 were the highest scoring oxybenzone-free sunscreens in CR's tests. Although not at the top of the ratings, they're still highly protective. This is David Fizikis.
Consumer Reports also recommends parents choose a lotion sunscreen for kids and only use sprays as a last resort because kids may inhale that spray, which could cause lung irritation. There's more on News 3 Now at 6. The Badgers are still planning to head to Lambeau Field this October. Hear from the Packers CEO on the game's likelihood. That's next in sports.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services from Arnold & Itkin, LLP.
Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with ovarian cancer after regular use of Johnson & Johnson baby powder? You may be entitled to compensation. On May 19, 2020, Johnson & Johnson announced it will discontinue selling its talc-based baby powder products in the U.S. and Canada after thousands of lawsuits alleging asbestos contamination led to a 60% decline in sales over the past 3 years. Substantial verdicts have already been awarded against Johnson & Johnson because of their failure to warn the public of this risk, including a $4.69 billion verdict in July 2018 and 3 other verdicts totaling over $614 million. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer after regular use of Johnson & Johnson baby powder for feminine hygiene purposes, you may be entitled to compensation. How do you fight for the compensation you deserve? You choose the right legal team that has the experience and resources to get you the most compensation for your injuries.
Now, first in Surgenian's 90-year history, we're offering Karastan at 30% off, up to $1,000 in rebates and 18-month financing. Enjoy a safe shopping experience and price reductions, cash rebates, and special financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream, still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 84 months on a 2019 built Ford Tough F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Anti-racism protests are expected to continue in the week ahead as Dane County inches closer to reopening.
And we're tracking the potential for tropical rains throughout southern Wisconsin. Join us Sunday at 6:30.
Wisconsin and Notre Dame are still planning to play their non-conference matchup at Lambeau Field this October. In a column released by Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy today, he writes in part, there was a report last week that erroneously stated that the Wisconsin-Notre Dame game this year would be played in South Bend rather than Lambeau Field. We have talked to representatives from both Notre Dame and Wisconsin, and they've confirmed that they are still planning to play the game at Lambeau Field. The programs announced their two-game series back in August of 2017. The October 3rd, 2020 contest would be played in Green Bay. The Badgers and Fighting Irish would then play again next season on September 25th at Soldier Field in Chicago. Wisconsin and Notre Dame haven't played each other since 1964. Let's get one more look at tonight's demonstrations downtown with Adam Duxter. Adam, today's message was a little different, focusing on the healthcare system, right?
Yeah, Amanda, and that crowd had gone from downtown to Meriter and then SSM and then kind of dispersed. So this is the crowd that we're looking at here at the top of State Street in the steps of the Capitol building. Very small. Got some folks grilling out and some local businesses that have donated food. And speaking of local businesses, it was around this time last week on last Saturday that windows were being shattered and these places were starting the process of being boarded up. But tonight, a peaceful night on State Street, and even the return of outdoor dining, so a little bit of normalcy here on State Street after kind of a very busy week. But again, we'll continue to keep an eye on this situation until 10 o'clock tonight when our Gabby Becerra will take over and have live updates from here at the Capitol.
All right, thank you so much for being there, Adam. Let's take one more look at the forecast.
We are expecting another sunny day tomorrow, so that's nice. Our weekend has really included some great weather. There's a small chance for a light shower, mainly north of Madison in the morning, but the rest of the day is going to be mostly sunny for your Sunday. Monday, mostly sunny, though it's going to be much warmer outside. We'll be in the upper 80s with heat index readings in the low 90s. Tuesday and Wednesday are alert days due to the remnants of Tropical Storm Cristobal right now in the Gulf. But as it moves north, it's going to bring a lot of rain to the Midwest, and we could be dealing with some isolated flooding by the end of that rain event on Wednesday, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches possible. We'll be keeping a very close eye on that track because that's really going to dictate which areas pick up the most rain and which areas might just get some lighter showers through the day. The rest of the week and the weekend looks sunny and dry. We'll hit a little bit of a cooler stretch as well for the weekend, with temperatures dropping back.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.